So, yesterday I sat here all day waiting on the UPS guy to show up for a signature required package. Finally showed up around 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30, and initially was so excited. So what we're going to have today is a first impression of the Elevator mod from Renovation Mods, available by list at Vape, and here we go. We'll start out with a vape. I've got a K-Fun on here with a 1.1 ohm 5 wrap of 30 gauge running at 15.5 watts. Okay. Some people ask me why I always cough when I vape. I've got asthmatic bronchitis, and the vaping has helped with that over time, but I don't know, it's probably just some damage that was done from years of smoking. And so anyway, back to the elevator. To start, you know, when I took this thing out of the package, man, it felt like a tank. A tank. I mean, this thing was so heavy. The stainless steel is so robust. I mean, it felt, you know, kind of in the hand like one of the most sturdy mechanicals or variables, or just one of the most sturdy devices I had ever held in my hand. I started playing with the battery sizes, putting new batteries in it, and you know, playing with the elevator function, which I'll do a shade of up close on this to kind of show you what I mean. And I really liked it. Now, this is just the first impressions. I will do a full kind of breakdown and review. Actually, I'm not going to do an up close here. I'll just kind of show you how it functions. But I started to realize my problems with this device didn't come from it being, you know, the Renovation's DNA20 mod. It really come to, for me probably, just for me, in theory, I loved the idea of high wattage regulated vaping. But, you know, over the course of the last year, I have become acclimated to know kind of how to build my vape for a mechanical device. And so in my mind, the question was going to be, is the increased size in the device, is the increase in experience going to be worth the increase in the size of the device? Because the only inconvenience for using a mechanical with, you know, low ohms or low resistance, or, you know, just my vape, is I change batteries pretty regular. Now, I've gotten in that routine, and so, you know I always have my extra batteries. I always know when I feel my vape start to drop off, it's time to change batteries. You know, I've got a 6-bay charger here, I've got a 6-bay charger at work, so, you know, I've always kind of had the ability to just, you know, change out the battery and have my vape. So I thought, okay, so with the regulated vaping, or regulated, you know, 15 plus watt vaping, if the increase in experience and the level of the vape was, if the increase in experience was worth the increase in size, then it would be a home run for me. And first impressions, for me, just for me, it's going to be probably not. And that's because, like I said, I know my vape. I know how my coil should be. I know what my vape feels like. You know, I know when my battery tapers off. And so the DNA20, although it could potentially for some be the greatest thing in the world, I am starting to feel after a day of vaping it, that the DNA20, or I guess just regulated vaping in general, because I've never liked variable voltage, I've never liked variable wattage, but was intrigued by 15 plus is probably not going to be for me. So, but I want to show you, like I said, this is the function of the elevator. I'll take the Addy off. I've got it in 18500 mode. 18500 mode, it's about the size of any 18650 mechanical. In 18, we got duck quacking threads. I'll take the battery out and show you how this elevator functions. The reason it's called the elevator, I don't know if you can see down in there, there are 3 levels. So it goes from 18650, then it jumps to 18490, then it jumps to 18350. Now the elevator by Renovation in 18350 mode is pretty par on size with any 18500 that I use. And I guess that was where my top prospect was going to be for this, because I use the 18500, so I'm used to this form factor. If I put this Addy on here, a K-Fun Light, that's about the same size as a Caravella GP Paps or something like that in the 18500 size. So I'm used to that form factor. But what I'm not used to and what I don't love, and this is not focused. This has been just kind of how I've been and the way I like a device. I'm a smooth, clean line type of guy. You know, the 18350, I don't think it's going to be practical at all to use a DNA20 with an 18350. My buddy Dino said he got an hour and a half out of one with about a 0.68, 0.7 ohm coil, hour and a half. I don't know, just an hour and a half out of an 18350 battery. I had 4 or 5 different 18350s and I wasn't able to get even close to that. So, you know, maybe old batteries, I may need to get some new ones to try it, but just for the batteries that I have, the 18350 does not look like it's going to be practical, which means I'm going to have to use it in 18500 mode. In 18500 mode, being that I have this obsession with clean lines, I've got the telescope showing, so I got a drop and a raise. I've got the button showing, so that's another raise. And then my Addy's not flush on it, being a 23mm device and a 22mm Addy. So, you know, that's all cosmetic. It does have adjustable airflow. I used the scuba tank on it with the diver, and I had fantastic airflow out of it. So that does work very well. You can choke it off to nothing, or you can open it up to definitely a decently airy vape. But I do have some concerns on this membrane, because the way you fire it is you push this button. But in order to adjust it, and it took me a little while to figure it out, you got to kind of put your fingernail in there and pull it back, pull it left or pull it right. I don't think you'll have any problems with this device firing in your pocket, but I do have some concerns about that membrane. And I saw Mike Feel the Vapors video, first impression on it today too, and a similar concern. All in all, I would say it's a well-built device, but it's just probably not going to be for me. Also, I guess I'll also touch on this that Mike did. I don't have a battery in here. Let me put a battery in here so you can see this. The elevator function, by the way, was a really good idea to avoid sitting and spinning for 20 minutes to get to the right size. I'm focusing just to take it back up close, but battery goes in. That would be 18650, but it jumps and the spring catches, and then you're in 18500. Screw it till it's tight. This may be nitpicky, but I'll show it. The DNA screen you can absolutely see, you're not gonna be able to see that with this lighting. You can absolutely see the whole chip there. So I would say it could be mounted better. I don't have the same problem with mine that I have a jagged window, I guess. Mine is super duper clean. So I didn't have that issue. But yeah. 15.5 watts, 1.1 ohm coil. It's firing at 4.3 volts. Take another vape. You know, it's a good vape. It's just not my vape. It's just not my style of device. I've got the sideboard coming in. I'll do a first impressions on it also, and I may hang on to the elevator long enough to do a full review on it, but I may not. You know, it just I'm going to spend another couple of days with it exclusively until the sideboard comes in. And then we'll see kind of what the difference is, and you know, maybe get a little more acclimated to back into the mindset of variable wattage, and then we'll see what happens. So that's what I got. First impressions on the elevator. I'm not going to fault, I guess, you know, Evolve or Renovations Mods. I think they both have a good device that has merged into a really quality mechanical mod. It's just, like I said, it's just probably just not my style of device. So this is Jamie JC West, YouTube, Facebook, videos auto post over at Vapor's Place. Check us out at Drama Free Auctions and Trading, and be strong, vape on, and I'll see you again next time.